Hello friends, welcome to lecture number 23. In this lecture, we will continue studying about criteria for segmentation. We have already studied geographic segmentation. Today, we will do demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation and behavioral segmentation. And after completing these three topics, we will study about requirements for effective segmentation. Now, next is demographic segmentation. Demographic segmentation means on the basis of the demographics of that particular market. Now, in demographics, the variables which are included are age. Like for a school tours, mostly it will be 18 years or 19 years, okay. While educational tour for university students, they will be from 18, 19 years to 25, 26, 27. So, age is different. Then next is life cycle, incentive tour. Now, think about a person, any tourist who has gone on a school tour. At that time, he was very high chance below 18. Then educational tour from 19 to, let's say, broadly 26, 27. And then when that person is going on an incentive tour or maybe in a training from the side of his company, it will be somewhere between, he will be somewhere between, 27 to 65. So that's how, and he will be at different stage of life also, 18, 19 to 26 and then 27. So here if you see at one stage he is dependent, here also maybe completely dependent financially or partially dependent, and here he is financially independent, his own decision maker. So in first case the decision maker were parents, in second case the decision maker partially he has become the decision maker or he has got an important say in the decision making during the decision making, and third stage is such wherein he is almost independent taking his own decision. So that's how the age group and life cycle of the same customer I have given you example has made a difference while the segmenting, Now next is gender. Now there are so many companies which are preparing packages only for ladies. So ladies only packages. Or nowadays if we talk about LGBTQ products, okay, this is another segment which has come up in the market. So these different genders, okay. Now next is family size. If let's say a family is traveling, family rooms may be provided. Husband, wife traveling with two kids of the age group of, let's say, one is 6 years, another one is 10 years. Obviously, you cannot expect your kids of 6 and 10 years to stay in a separate room. It is a little risky. So they will always prefer family rooms or maybe adjoining rooms. Okay. So next is family packages. If you are providing family packages, then obviously it will be a very big advantage for them, okay. And then you need to include those sites, those activities in those packages which can attract both kids as well as elders. So family packages will be different from those packages which even if this same family person has used when he was between 27 to 65 during incentive tour. Person is same. But here he is going as a professional in first case, okay. In second case, he is going as a family person. So he would certainly use different elements during both these cases. So that's how same person will be profiled differently, okay. Now third is packages for families with senior citizens. Now here if a family cottage can be provided, not a family room or adjoining room, but a family cottage in which the entire family can stay together. Parents, grandparents and children, and maybe you can say one or two friends of children, or maybe aunt who has an aunt who has traveled along with this family. So here if you see a family cottage, okay. So that's how family size will make a difference. Then next is income. When we talk about income, we all know that income is a very, very important basis while doing segmentation. Certainly, the type of product which we will make for a person who might be earning maybe 7 to 10 lakh per month and another person who is earning 2 to 3 lakh and there is another person who may be making 50 to 75,000. Okay, I'm not telling unit that is in rupees or US dollars or whatsoever, these will be entirely different. So income plays a very important role in the kind of accommodation, what kind of transportation services, what kind of food will be included, and everything, every element of the of your package will make a difference, and it will directly be more or less determined by the income of that particular customer. Okay. Now, I have given you a very unique example of this, like fractional ownership has also spread to yacht and jet ownership. Now, you think that, any customer can actually have a fractional ownership of a yacht or a jet ownership? No, that's not possible. It has to be a high-end income group. Okay, so income makes a difference. Okay, makes a hell lot of difference, in fact. Now, next is family life cycle. Young and single. Then that person becomes couple, childless couple. Then that person becomes father or mother. So, couple with children. Then, till now his parents were working. Now, parents have become retired and dependent on him. So, with children and senior citizens. So, that's how family life cycle, makes a difference in what is to be included. Okay. Now, I mean, if it is for senior citizens, the pace of tour has to be slow. Okay. Try to avoid adventure activity. But simultaneously, you need to put a lot of element of excitement as well as, learning for your kids. And sometimes, let me tell you, these couples only look for the satisfaction of their children and their parents, that is grandparents and grandchildren. And this family, this person who is the decision maker does not look much beyond that. If his parents and children are satisfied, he is satisfied. Okay, so that's how actually family life cycle makes a lot of difference in what is to be included and not to be included, what kind of accommodation to be provided, what kind of food to be provided. Okay, for senior citizens, it will be altogether different kind of meal. Okay. Then next is occupation. Whether that person, your tourist, is a professional, a manager, a proprietor, a clerk, a retired person, a student, and a student of what level, all these things will make a lot of difference in his choice of activities which he wants to do. Okay. Now, next is religion. If you are making a package which is a religious package, then what is the religion of that person? Whether that religion is Hindu, Jewish, Buddha, Sard, Jain, Christian, Muslim, all this will make a lot of difference. Nowadays with Ayodhya circuit, primarily Hindus are going. Jain circuit, primarily Jains are going. Okay, Buddhist circuit, primarily Buddhists are going. I am not saying only Buddhist, only Hindu, or only Muslim, or only Christian, but I am saying primarily. And the devotion or the emotions with which these particular, people of these particular religion are traveling is different from other. Okay, so here actually these things will make a difference, what kind of element to be included or not included. Okay. Now, next is race, like Asian, Hispanic, Caucasian, Negroid, Mongoloid, Australoid, all these are different kind of races, and since these races have been originated from different parts of the world, that is the geographical region, somewhere the culture of this region, their choices, what kind of, personality, I'm talking about physical attributes which they have, will make a difference. Like if you talk about an Australian and if you give that person a small 3 feet by 6 feet bed, it will be very uncomfortable for him. Okay. The person who is normally, 6.5 feet, it's very uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable to provide him a bed. So, he will be certainly looking for a king size bed at least, and if single then a queen size bed. So, that's how, this built choice of eating, if they are allergic to certain kind of food, what kind of elements to be included or not included will make a difference. Okay. So, it's not about racism, it's about the choice of general choices of people of that particular race, and based on which you will make the product. Okay. Now, next is generation, whether those are baby boomers. Baby boomers are generally between 1946 to 1964. Now, this generation has become old a little bit. 1964 is still they are using a little bit of internet and other things. But when we talk about 1946, they will prefer either audio visual media or audio media or print media. They are not going much into internet. But when we talk about Gen X, which is 1965 to 1980, they are using internet and other information and communication technology elements frequently. But Gen Z or millennial, I would say their life is dependent on ICT, completely dependent. So they use a lot of influencers, what they have been saying, what kind of good or bad opinion are they giving, irrespective of the credibility. Okay, and they use a lot of apps. Well, when we talk about Gen Z may be using website, but not so many apps. But Gen X, okay, and Gen Z, they completely go through apps. They will download the app, they will collect the information, they will do all kind of activities which they want to, and they find it's fine, they will go ahead, otherwise they will delete it from their mobile. So that's how the different kind of media which they approach to, what kind of informations are they looking for, these all things will make a difference, okay, whether they are baby boomers, Gen X or Gen Z or millennial. Now, nationality. If you are taking an Indian to USA, certainly you make a product of a different kind. But if you are taking a US citizen to USA itself, means a domestic in the USA itself, then your product will be entirely different. So that's how nationality will make a difference. In fact, prices will be different for these people, okay? Prices for an Indian product, for an Indian in India will be different from the price for an Indian product, for an Indian purchasing in USA, in the USA, okay? So that's how the nationality, whether Indian or US citizen or Russian or Japanese, will make a difference, okay? Buddhist circuit for Japanese will have a different price. Buddhist circuit for an Indian will have a different price, okay? So next is psychographic segmentation. In psychographic segmentation, we divide the customers on the basis of their social class, lifestyle, and personality traits. So when we talk about social class is to a large extent associated with their income and educational group. So for higher class, we make that kind of products. For middle level people, we make that kind of a product. Next is lifestyle. There are some people who are single, okay? There are some people who are couple, and then another one is couple with kids, okay? Now, we have to remember here this thing that when we talk about marriage in this one, geographic, demographic, family size, in case of marital status, we have to remember here this thing that nowadays the scenario has changed. Even living has also become legal. So when we talk about, we have to remember this thing, either it is single or couple. We should abstain from asking whether married or unmarried or divorcee or separated, okay? Single, couple. Couple means it includes live-in relations also, because that has become legal now, okay? Similarly, in case of gender, it is not male, female, it is male, female and others, because third gender has also become legal. So we should remember these things which have become a part of our legal structure, okay? Now, next is lifestyle, whether single, couple or couple with kids or couple with kids and parents also. So that's how their thinking is different. There are a few couples who may be staying together very happy, but for travel their choices are different. One may be interested in some kind of religious tourism and another one may be interested in adventure tour. So they may be traveling separately. Okay, or there may be families who are with kids, where kids will be going on kids tour and parents will be going on some other kind of tours. So these are different kind of lifestyle. There are certain people who are by choice single throughout their life. There are few people who are by choice couple but with no kids. Okay, so this is a way of thinking. Okay, people who want to go on bike tours, people who want to go on self-drive tours, all these are different lifestyle of people. They are way of thinking. So this is how the products, different products have to be made for these different classes or different segments of the society. Now, personality characteristics are very important. Like if you talk about Ronald, if any kid who goes to McDonald's, the chances are very high they are going to come and sit either next to Ronald or on his lap and take a selfie. You know, what is it? They simply associate their own personality with Ronald, and the, you know, colors which are, you know, that yuppie yellow, red and white, which is there in the trademark of McDonald's, is the similar kind of dress which Ronald is also wearing. So all those things, or Chicky in case of quantified chicken, that is KFC. So this Chicky simply associates, you know, people who are eating there with the kind of, you know, activities which they have been doing. So this is how Ronald and Chicky, they personify the characteristics. Okay, people associate themselves with their preferred brand with the help of personification of these characteristics in the form of Ronald or Chicky. Okay, now next is behavioral segmentation. In case of behavioral segmentation, the variables which are oftenly used, behavioral means what kind of behavior does the tourist show. So it may be occasion. In India, people usually do purchase during Diwali. Okay, in Western country, people usually prefer to do purchase during Christmas. Packages as a gift to mother. Okay, packages as a gift on Raksha Bandhan to sister. Okay, packages as a gift on marriages. Okay, nowadays very often people who go to marriages, they give you know, coupons to newlywed as their honeymoon packages. So these are different occasions. So how often do people purchase, and what is that occasion during which they purchase? Okay. Like if we talk about 25 to 30 years back in tourism industry in India, during Deepavali, people usually do not used to go out. They used to say Deepavali is one such festival where the home cannot be locked. We have to be stay inside because we are doing worship and Ma Lakshmi is entering into our home. So it's a very auspicious day. But nowadays the scenario is different, completely different. People are getting bonuses during Deepavali. People do not have to pay fee of their kids during Deepavali. And people have a long vacation, you know. 5 to 3-4 days holiday is a normal thing. So that's how people are traveling. So it's just a change of mind which has happened, which has changed the occasion during which people purchase. Okay. Now next is benefits. What kind of outcome does your customer expect after the consumption of the product? So if we talk about, you know, atmosphere in the restaurant, usually you will find that fast food restaurant will have a very fast music. Okay, because fast food means people will come, eat and go out. They do not have time to sit for 1 or 1.5 hours to have a lavish 7-course or 3-course or 5-course meal. So that's what different kind of benefits which different on the basis of the behavior of the tourist can be justified. Okay, so here the elements which have to be included in the lighting, in the music, in the type of menu to be offered, all these will somehow go in line with the behavior of that particular segment. Fast food segment is one such segment which is in a hurry, who do not have time to let the food get prepared in 15-20 minutes or half an hour and then in the meantime sit. Well, if we talk about different course meal restaurant, high-end restaurant, they provide a very slow music and little dim light, because they want their customers to be, you know, at ease during that waiting period, which is usually comparatively higher. Okay, so that's how actually there are different kind of behavior of different eating habit of people and which have been incorporated into the elements of the product. Okay. Next is user status. User status means how many times the person has actually used or not used. So non-user has not used. You need to provide more information to that. Now former user, he has a little bit idea about the product. So just a revision or maybe what are the changes in between the previous product and this product will be absolutely fine. Potential user has not used but is willing to use. Okay. Next is first time user, has not used even a similar product at all. So you have to really provide a lot of information to him, and you have to be very punctual by providing information to him, because he is you know, completely unaware about the product, this kind of a product. Next is regular user. just a differentiation in the product which you have made, and then what extra do you expect from him from a similar kind of product would be absolutely fine. So there the sale will be very high. But if you look at first time user or potential user or non-user, the input which are required to be given from the side of sales teams will be very high, okay, and on a very regular basis. Now next is usage rate. How frequently do they use? Sometimes maybe once in 2 years, or heavy users every quarterly they go on a trip. So this will make a difference, because the more a person goes, the lesser time the person is going to spend during the production process of a tour. Okay, because he is a frequent user, he has a good idea about the products which are available in the market, and still if he has come to you, somehow he is mentally prepared to purchase. Okay, and he is a frequent user, so he will not be panicking a lot. But a person who is going maybe once in 2 years, 3 years or 5 years will be panicking a lot, because he has not been aware about the changes which have come up in the market in this meantime, during which, you know, last time he has traveled and this time. And another thing is this, that you know, it is a very occasional thing for him, not a very frequently done thing for him. So he will be very particular about whether he will get a good experience or not. Okay. Now next is loyalty status. Absolutely not at all loyal. Okay. Or maybe medium strong or absolute loyal. So the higher the status of the loyalty, the more the customer will be accepting the information provided by you with a on the face value. And the more the non-status or loyalty status is low, the more effort has to be done by the sales team in getting the conviction of that particular you know, customer. Okay. So the next is readiness stage. How much is your customer ready to purchase the product, your product, not similar product. Okay. So if the customer is not aware about your product, more information has to be provided, more time has to be devoted, there will be a lot of questions, and more important thing is that sales team the salesperson must be able to predict the questions, predict the queries or confusions in the mind of this customer. Okay. Next is an informed customer. If the customer is informed, then in that condition, basic information is something which your customer does not require. Okay. Then what you need to tell him? You need to tell him how your product is actually different from that of your competition or the other one which he has visited. Okay. So this kind of information is of more importance. How your product is different, what is the value addition which you have done in your product which is not there in competition, and these things will actually bring in sale into your company. Okay. Whether they are interested, if they are interested to purchase, more convenient it is, or they have just an intention to buy or desirous to buy. So all these things will play a role. All this mental readiness of the consumer to purchase and use the product will play a role in providing him information, or how much time, lead time actually the customer is going to pay before the conversion of that lead into the sale. Okay. Now attitude towards the product. If your customer is enthusiastic, positive, okay, then the sale will be easier. Okay. But if he is indifferent, then of course more efforts are to be done. But if he is negative or hostile, then of course utmost efforts must be needed in sorting out the anxiety or you know, that what are those things which are thoughts which are there in the mind of your customer which is making him hostile towards your product, and then after making him indifferent, provide him further information so that he can go ahead. You know, this is like customer wants to go but is not very sure of, no, I don't know what will happen, whether it will be safe or not. So he wants to go, but somewhere he is hostile also towards the destination. So here lot of questions will be there which are even beyond the you know, the elements of the product, that particular product of your company which you are trying to sell. So that's how different behavior of these different segments will play a role in the segmentation process. Now next is requirements for effective segmentation. Okay. First is your segment which you are selecting should be measurable. Means what is the size, numbers on the basis of which you are going to make the product, and you need inventory, raw material to make the product. Next is what is the growth? Do you expect the growth of this particular you know, segment to increase, or is it going to decrease? Like if you talk about certain population which are decreasing around the world, these are not very lucrative market for companies. But if you talk about any population which is increasing, yes, of course, like Indian market is a very lucrative market because of its size only. Okay. Next is purchasing power. Maybe the segment size is not big, but that like I gave you example of yacht, that fractional membership of yacht, the segment size is very small, but their purchasing power is very high. So all these things will play a important role. So measurability, you should be able to assess the size, growth and purchasing power. If you cannot assess the size, growth and purchasing power, targeting this particular segment will be difficult. Next is accessibility, the extent to which the segments can be accessed and served. So if let's say you talk about, you make a product which is going to be the high-end customers, then how will you sell this product? Like most of the time when companies come up with only 5-star properties and using private vehicles, then approaching these kind of customer is little difficult. Approaching means reaching to these kind of customers, their accessibility is little difficult. So here they need to understand, like there's a very famous company which has come up with a product in India which was completely on 5-star with those elements which are high-end product. So only regional managers were selling them. So this accessibility to them, if you think that any salesperson who is having maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year experience will be able to serve to that kind of clientele, not possible. So the entire sale was done by only regional managers. Okay. So you need to find out accessibility, okay, as per the elements of that particular segment. Next is sustainability, whether large and profitable enough to serve the market. That even if I gave you example of yacht, the segment size is very small, but it's still very profitable. So either it is to be larger enough, if it is like profitability is not very high, but if the profitability is high or very high, a small segment will also be fine. So the company should be able to sustain this market, okay. And largest possible homogeneous group economically feasible to support the tailored marketing program, means keep on adding those different variables and make a segment which is sizable enough for the economical sustainability of the company, or for the marketing efforts which company need to do, so the money which is going to be spent in doing those marketing efforts. Now actionability, okay. Now effective programs can be designed for attracting and serving segments. If you cannot serve that segment efficiently, then obviously these segments are not going to stay with you for a longer period of time. Like if you talk about in case of school tours, actionability is adding more entertainment as well as education simultaneously, security simultaneously, or providing them some kind of discount, or providing discount to the teachers, or providing a very attractive vehicle to travel, a nicely decorated transportation facility to them. So all these things are different small kind of actions. Or if there is going to be any educational tour, educational fair which is taking place, then a small canopy which can be set up over there, because in educational fairs or book fair, students travel in students go to these places, they visit these places frequently. So in that condition, if a travel management company has a small canopy over there, then it can attract a lot of tourists and teachers and management of the schools and educational institutions. So that's how this actionability has to be there, okay. So friends, today we have studied about demographic, psychographic and behavioral segmentation, and also about requirements for effective segmentation. At the end of this lecture, I have provided you with a list of 5 books. You can refer to either of these books or any other book of your choice. Thank you.